Boas pessoal, vamos lá então para mais um dia, nesta quarta-feira. Ontem não fiz nada, na terça-feira fiquei sem conseguir gravar os vídeos porque deu erro a meio, mas também não foi um dia muito bom. Fiz 20 corridas, fiz só 6 euros. Estou a usar stakes de 5 agora, já que estou no patamar 4. Vamos lá ver então como é que corre e se consigo estabilizar aqui e depois mais tarde ver se avança aqui para estes patamares de stakes de 5, de 6, de 7, de 8. Por isso vamos lá ver então. Portem-se bem e vamos lá dar início a isto. Falta só 30 segundos. Bora lá.
They're off and racing.
Market in play.
Yes, was not best away. Better than Summertime Romance, though, at the back end of the field, who is readily outpaced in the early stages. For Love of Louise is the first one to show. Ocean's Meat going up on the outside of that one. As in behind them, Yes has just improved through to just shade third position from Far Too Beautiful on the outside and fantasizing towards the inner. So Yes is getting lots of cover. Absolutely Divine comes next, and Summertime Romance has caught up, but is still the back marker in the pale blue of Midland Park. And they race down the side of the course then in this Reed Kevin Blake on attheraces.com Fillies Novice Stakes Race, with For Love of Louise and Jason Watson in front now by a length to Ocean's Meat in second place. Fantasizing clearly third now, ahead of Yes, who's in fourth towards the outer. Yes, followed then by Absolutely Divine, and then Far Too Beautiful towards the rear of the field with that one, and Summertime Romance is still our back marker as they race then towards the hill on the far side of the track. 6 furlongs left to run. For Love of Louise showing the way, leading up here narrowly. From in second place, Ocean's Meat with Fantasizing next, and Yes together with Far Too Beautiful. Then Absolutely Divine, the newcomer, and the back marker with 5 furlongs left to run is still Summertime Romance. As For Love of Louise takes them over the top of the hill, and they now sweep downhill, left-handed for much of the next quarter of a mile, and downhill into the home straight. For Love of Louise, tanking along with the lead here from Ocean's Meat in second place. In third position is Fantasizing. Yes in fourth, with every chance from there. Far Too Beautiful and the newcomer Absolutely Divine are followed into the straight by Summertime Romance. They've spread right out across the track then. 2.5 furlongs left to run. For Love of Louise has drifted down towards the stand side. The action up the middle of the track now with Fantasizing. Yes about to be produced there. Pink cap, white sleeves over on the far side. Needs a reminder or two to get going. Followed in third place by Ocean's Meat. From the back of the field, Summertime Romance is finishing off quite well. Yes and Fantasizing lock horns though, and they've come impressively clear of the rest of the field with half a furlong left to go. Yes, Fantasizing, making a fight all the way, but yes is just too strong. Yes, stays unbeaten. Fantasizing
Market
second again.
suspended. Market in play.
This time for the Reed Holly Doyle's column on attheraces.com. Maiden Hurdle. Crystal Gazing leads on the approach to the first of 10 flights. Tracked closely by Percy's Word, Zafar, and then Saturday Song on the inside of King's Counsel. Liquidizer and Hot to Trot in the last pair. Liquidizer rather cumbersome at the first obstacle as they negotiate the dog leg on their way to the second and final flight on the far side. Percy's Word has moved up sides Crystal Gazing, a length in advance of Zafar on the outside of King's Counsel. Saturday Song up the inside a close fifth. Then follows the stripes of Liquidizer and finally Hot to Trot, jumping the second, all out over it safely. Liquidizer not travelling at the rear of the field as they run towards the end of the far side. Led by Crystal Gazing from Percy's Word, Zafar in third, Saturday Song, King's Counsel fourth and fifth, and then Liquidizer and finally Hot to Trot as they swing left-handed and come down the hill. Led by Crystal Gazing, a half length up. On Percy's Word, Zafar tracks them in third ahead of Saturday Song. And then King's Counsel, Liquidizer back on an even keel. And finally Hot to Trot. as they level off to the 3 flights of hurdles up the home straight. The next they take being the 3rd. Crystal Gazing on the inside of Percy's Word, 3 parts of a length between them. Once again, Liquidizer doesn't impress with his hurdling technique. Zafar continues to track the front pair in front of Saturday's Song, and then King's Counsel, Liquidizer, and finally Hot to Trot. At the 4th, Crystal Gazing, Percy's Word, Zafar fiddling his way through it in 3rd, ahead of King's Counsel and Saturday's Song, Liquidizer, and Hot to Trot, as they come to jump flight number 5. Crystal Gazing and Percy's Word land in unison, Zafar just over a length down in 3rd, ahead of Saturday's Song, the yellow cap on the inside of King's Counsel and Liquidizer. Hot to Trot remains last of a well-grouped field, having gone steadily on the first circuit. So swinging left-handed out of the home straight, Crystal Gazing on the inside of Percy's Word, a little between them, a length and a half to Zafar, Saturday Song, then King's Counsel, a shaken up Liquidizer on the outside of Hot to Trot. They continue to race in the last pair as they run through their departure point and on to flight number 6. Field is still led by Crystal Gazing with Percy's Word up sides, Zafar a length and a half behind the leading duo in 3rd, and then Saturday Song, King's Counsel gets a shake of the reins as Hot to Trot tries to improve on the inside, Liquidizer out wide as they run on towards the 7th, which is 4 from home. Crystal Gazing, Percy's Word on the outside, and then a length and a half to Zafar, 3 parts to Saturday Song, and then Liquidizer coming around the outside of King's Counsel. Hot to Trot still last but in touch, jumping 4 out where Percy's Word took up the running on the outside of Crystal Gazing. Zafar still going well in 3rd, King's Counsel in 4th on the outside of Saturday Song. Liquidizer shaken up, and Hot to Trot is now firmly off the bridle, having yet to pass a rival as they make their journey down the hill. They're exiting the back straights. Percy's Word and Crystal Gazing matching strides, Zafar in 3rd, Saturday Song and King's Counsel, who's pushed along the next 2. Liquidizer's been driven along to keep tabs with the leading group. As they level for home with 3 to jump, they've dropped Hot to Trot, who's becoming tailed off. In line for home with 3 to jump, Percy's Word on the outside of Crystal Gazing. Zafar a couple of lengths adrift, jumping 3 out, maybe 4 lengths adrift. A mistake from Saturday Song knocks him onto the back foot. Liquidizer's been left behind along with King's Counsel, and Percy's Word has quickened away on the approach to 2 from home. Zafar out of the pack to move into 2nd as Crystal Gazer weakens. The leader knocks the second last flight to the ground, but it hasn't stopped him at the moment. Zafar, though, is trying to bridge the gap, and the leader's coming under heavy pressure. It's Percy's Word from the closing Zafar as they get to the final flight with 3 lengths between them and a run-in of a furlong. They've drawn 15 lengths clear of Saturday Song, who's got the better of Crystal Gazing. Percy's Word is all out in front. Zafar has got to within a length of the leader and continues to run on the outside. Zafar getting up near the finish. Zafar.
They're off and racing.
Market in
So
play.
for the first mile of this contest, they'll race dead straight, right back towards the grandstands, and then they'll do a circuit of the turf track. Mooka Magic has begun well with the favourite Tiger 10, and they all edge across towards the far side running rail. Now we've got Be My Sea pulling his way towards the leaders and just taking Tiger 10 on briefly for the lead there, but Tiger 10 wants to reclaim it all for himself and back in front from Be My Sea. Mooka Magic and Russian Rumour behind him in 3rd and 4th. Held up 5th, the horse with the big white face is Inicio, who races alongside the diamond jacket of Van Meegeren. He's also got a white face. And then we've got Klongors at the back end of the field together with Vorashan just about last of all as they prepare to come back onto the main track. They've raced down the spur and they're now into the home straight with Tiger 10 leading the field still. Tiger 10, Be My Sea. Interesting that having nipped over towards the far rail in the very early part of the race, they've now just edged more stand side as Tiger 10 leads under Rashid Murphy from Be My Sea in 2nd place. Then Mooka Magic in 3rd, Russian Rumours in 4th place. Little stumble there from Van Meegeren, who hopefully is okay. Next to Anisoptera, and then the back 2 are Vorashan in company with Congo's. So they're about to come past the enclosures with still a whole circuit in front of them here in this 2.5 mile at the races.com handicap, and it's Tiger 10 who has had an untroubled lead throughout the first mile of the race. Tiger 10 leading by 2.5 lengths as they go round again. Be My C in second place. Then improving is Van Meegeren. Van Meegeren goes third ahead of Muka Magic as they make the left-hand turn now. Russian Rumour comes next, followed by Voroshan. Anisoptera is last but one, and Klongaus is the back marker as they now race on with just about 1.5 miles left to run in this at the races.com handicap. So Tiger 10 intent on making all the running under Rasheen Murphy, who won our first race today with Dusk Chorus, bidding for a double here. Be My C in second place as they turn down the side of the course. Muka Magic and Van Meegeren, they're the next pairing, followed by the yellow jacket of Russian Rumour, who's just ahead of Anisoptera. On the outside, Voroshan, and Klongaus is at the back end of the field still. So now they race on, midpoint down the back straight, and at this point from home about 6 furlongs, maybe just a fraction under that, 5.5 to run. Tiger 10 out in front. Tiger 10 leading the way from in second place, Muka Magic. Muka Magic is followed then by improving again into second place, Be My C. They're followed through by Van Meegeren. Van Meegeren's followed by Russian Rumour as they begin to climb the hill over on the far side of the track. Voroshan towards the wide outside, and they're then followed through by Anisoptera. Klongaus is still last, but the field are very, very tightly grouped as they race up that hill, with still Tiger 10 leading. Tiger 10 taking them up the hill just ahead of Be My C and Muka Magic, with Van Meegeren still right there on the outside. There's really not much between these front four, neither the back four in behind them. Russian Rumour still in fifth with Voroshan, Anisoptera and the back marker Klongaus. So it's all to play for as they rattle down the hill. Turning in first will be Tiger 10, but Be My C's not far away. Tiger 10 looking comfortable on the bend. Muka Magic is now pushed along. Likewise, in behind those in fourth place is Van Meegeren. He was happy to spin quite wide on Tiger 10. Now being challenged, though, for the lead by Be My C, and Tiger 10's been headed. Not much there by way of a fight back. So it's Be My C, Anisoptera over on the far side. Tiger 10 in third, ridden along Muka Magic from the back. Klongaus is staying on quite well. The leader is Be My C for Jason Watson. Racing
Market in play.
5 furlongs. Active Passion, rather slow to stride and just been bustled along early. Mystic Moon Shadow showing lightning speed has already got that pace to get over towards the running rail, with Loose Lips running prominently. Step on It in the stripes also handy. Taj Al Riyad in the green jacket, followed by Le Beau Garçon further back to south of Winter. White Cap chased by Ailing, and then Wheelock Glass, who's off the pace with Active Passion. To the inside is Langton Wold. Heading now towards the halfway point, and the leader is Mystic Moon Shadow. Mystic Moon Shadow's got 2 lengths on this field, with Taj Al Riyad now trying to move into second place as Step on It comes under a ride. Meanwhile, Le Beau Garçon is stepping forward. Langton Wold with a bit of work to do. Then comes Ailing. They're running down towards the final furlong. Taj Al Riyad now takes over from Mystic Moon Shadow. The one giving chase in the black and white colours is Le Beau Garçon. Well inside the final furlong, it's the newcomer Taj Al Riyad in front. Very professional performance. Taj Al Riyad wins. Le Beau Garçon.
Market in play.
On Twitter, novices handicap chase. 3 counties out very wide. Pakey's Dream towards the inside, Scaramucci between them in the front rank along with Push Ahead, Monte Massini another prominent runner, Capriccia going up the inside, pushed along to improve her position as they come to jump the second. 3 counties on the wide outside, picked up in front of Scaramucci and Push Ahead. They're all out safely to the other side with Zen Master, the last of 16, to clear it. Maison d'Or got a reminder after jumping the second, as 3 counties leads them into the first turn. Just over a length in front of Scaramucci on the outside of Push Ahead. Pakey's Dream in fourth, with Montes Massini and the early to post West Class rounding out the leading half dozen. Law Top Legend follows in front of John Joella as they approach the first on the far side. John Joella is followed by That's Me and Capriccia as 3 counties leads them over fence number 3, which they've all cleared. On Shiltorn is right out the back, and Zen Master and Go On Chairs race in the last trio. Lizitsky immediately in front of those with Lepogue Storm. At fence number 4, 3 counties from Push Ahead, a couple of lengths down in second. Scaramucci the outside is third. Then Pakey's Dream up the inner of Monte Massini and West Class, couple of lengths to Law Top Legend, John Joella and Maison d'Or as they jump the fence after the clump. It was 3 counties who led the field over it. Capriccia is not travelling. West Class and Lizitsky both got reminders after jumping the 5th fence. Capriccia's dropped back into the last quartet as they breast the rise on their way to the final fence in the back straight on the first circuit. Number 6 upcoming, 3 counties, chased by Push Ahead, Scaramucci, Pakey's Dream, Monte Massini and West Class. They remain the leading half dozen in front of Law Top Legend and John Joella, and a shaken up Maison d'Or. Go On Chairs improving steadily is next. Racing in advance of Lepogue Storm, Lizitsky, That's Me. Capriccia is now in the last trio. And the last 2 are Zen Master and On Shiltorn. Entering the home straight, on their way to fence number 7, 3 counties. Leads them into it with the sheepskin noseband. Jumped it 2 clear of Push Ahead and Scaramucci, who were followed over further back in the field by Pakey's Dream, West Class, Zen Master, who made a mistake at fence number 7. I think the rider's got tack problems as they come over the open ditch, which they have all cleared. On Shiltorn, the last to clear it. Capriccia, who's not going, is in the rear. They've covered a circuit, coming on to fence number 9, 3 counties. Push Ahead, Scaramucci. Pakey's Dream will jump it in 4th alongside Monte's Massini, with Law Top Legend creeping up the inside, taking closer order. West Class is next, then follows John Joella, Lepogue Storm, Go On Chairs and Lizitsky as they jump fence number 10. 3 counties remains the leader. Maison d'Or has dropped to the rear of the field, having gone through halfway. So a circuit to cover, 3 counties. Scaramucci on the leader's quarters going into the next left-hander with Push Ahead and Pakey's Dream racing 3rd and 4th. West Class, Monte Massini, Law Top Legend. Capriccia's on the move now, making headway on the outside of John Joella. Then follows Go On Chairs under a patient ride as they approach fence number 11, first on the far side. 3 counties, Scaramucci, Push Ahead a length down, and then Monte Massini and Pakey's Dream. From West Class and Law Top Legend, John Joella. Capriccia on the outside, looks happier now having been switched wide. That's Me's been pulled up after jumping the 11th fence. Over the 12th, 3 counties, Scaramucci, Push Ahead, Pakey's Dream, Law Top Legend. Monte Massini gets a reminder, remains in the leading half dozen. Capriccia and Go On Chairs, who's travelling strongly the next 2. Then West Class, who's steadily losing his pitch, followed over the next fence by John Joella as they prepare to breast the rise on the far side, and they're heading on towards the last in the back straights. As they make their way to it, 3 counties remains the leader in the colours of Subrook, about a length in front of Scaramucci. Push Ahead, Law Top Legend, Monte Massini, Go On Chairs into the leading half dozen for the first time as they jump the final fence in the back straight. Then follows Capriccia, who's been ridden once again in front of Lepogue Storm. Pakey's Dream has lost a prominent position as they make the descent towards the home straight. Lepogue Storm's just about last of those in touch as they level for home. 3 counties, James Best yet to be headed, turns in with Scaramucci on his tail. Monte Massini in with a chance, then follows Push Ahead. Go On Chairs is still going strongly on the heels of the leading group. Then follows Law Top Legend up the inside, and they've gone a few lengths clear of Capriccia. Zen Master stayed on through beaten horses. West Class, Lizitsky have pulled up, and so too has Maison d'Or. The lead changes hands at the 3rd from home, and Go On Chairs has been unleashed by Henry Brook to lead on the bridle 3 out. Scaramucci coming after the new leader. They've readily gone clear of Law Top Legend. Push Ahead, 3 counties beating a hasty retreat. Go On Chairs by a length over Scaramucci. They're 10 lengths clear of Law Top Legend in 3rd. Nothing coming from off the...
Market in
Missed it
play.
ever so slightly, but nothing too dramatic. Outside World making a beeline for this near side running rail, followed over there by the rest of the field, with on the flank Maidan Rose handy. She's the danger, just taking a lead in behind them, a little bit keen, and directly behind Outside World, sitting on the rail, is Pearl Glory. Our Independence sits in behind Pearl Glory. So they're really tightly huddled together up this near rail. Outside World, Franny Norton brought his newcomer across, and she leads at halfway in the race. This is the Sky Sports Racing Sky 415 EBF Fillies Novice Stakes race. Outside World leading up from Maidan Rose, the Chepstow winner. Out wide is She's the Danger, just bustled along. Pearl Glory still there with them and travelling okay. Our Independence now dropping backwards is firmly beaten. Up front, Outside World, Maidan Rose. If there's a gap for Pearl Glory, be interesting to see what she can find. There is a gap now, and she's trying to quicken up. Outside World from Pearl Glory as Maidan Rose is now beaten. They race with half a furlong left to go. Outside World and Pearl Glory having a right old set to Pearl Glory and
the starting stalls. Mrs. Baggeran and Yukon Mission, those two began really well. Improvises just in behind them. Across the road crossing, Mecca's Diamond may have just lost her footing a fraction on the wide outside in the red and white diamonds. Homer Stokes is behind the leading few, that one roughly in mid-division. Further back to Haydara, who's being chased by Nosy Rosie Posey. And on the descent to the final bend, the one who's getting outpaced is Blazing Sun. 3 furlongs left to go, the complete outsider. Mrs. Baggeran's in front of Yukon Mission with Dullabati in the dark blue and pink cutting the corner. Just in behind them, Homer Stokes, Improvised, Great Colours, and Mecca's Diamond, Haydara, Nosy Rosie Posey, and Blazing Sun. We're heading towards the final quarter of a mile. Dullabati up the inside for Paul Mulrennan, now trying to move on. Improvised is on the case. Yukon Mission, every chance. Mrs. Baggeran now beats a retreat. Homer Stokes hasn't landed a blow. Then Haydara and Nosy Rosie Posey. At the furlong marker, Improvised took over from Dullabati, second place. Yukon Mission down the outside, stays on for Jason Hart, but Improvised is really lengthening towards the line. This goes to Improvise.
Market in play.
Bolton Memorial Handicap Hurdle over an extended 2 miles 7. Jen's Boy leads neat side over the first of 12 flights. Terra Firma Lady racing third, ahead of All Hail Caesar, Always Resolute. Right up the inner between runners is Dawn Raider and then Wicked Willie as they reach the second. Jen's Boy and neat side the front pair. At the other end of the field, Faint Hope is held up last. Catch Me If You Can dropped out one from the back. It's Jen's Boy who leads the field up in front of the enclosures with a length advantage over neat side. She's followed by Terra Firma Lady up the inner, and then All Hail Caesar, Always Resolute, Dawn Raider, Wicked Willie, Catch Me If You Can, and finally Faint Hope on their left-handed turn towards the far side. Jen's Boy often travels strongly and finds nothing. Out in front on the approach to flight number 3, pursued by neat side, the outside of Terra Firma Lady. All Hail Caesar, Always Resolute. Wicked Willie improving out wide as they jump the first on the far side, where All Hail Caesar lacked fluency. Dawn Raider, Faint Hope, and Catch Me If You Can in the last trio. Making their way round the dogleg turn, leads them on to flight number 4. Jen's Boy by 2 from neat side, with Terra Firma Lady up the inside, a close third. Then Wicked Willie improving on the outside of All Hail Caesar and Always Resolute, jumping the 4th flight, which they've all skipped over safely, though once again All Hail Caesar not especially fluent, and it brings him off the bridle for a few strides as Jen's Boy leads them on the approach to another left-handed turn. Tracked by neat side and Terra Firma Lady, Wicked Willie a clear 4th from Always Resolute, and then All Hail Caesar, Dawn Raider, Catch Me If You Can, and Faint Hope in line on the descent to the home straight. Jen's Boy a couple of lengths clear of neat side and Terra Firma Lady, who now dispute second. Wicked Willie and Always Resolute are 4th and 5th. All Hail Caesar 6th, but not travelling nor jumping. And then held up on the inside is Dawn Raider from Faint Hope and Catch Me If You Can, as Jen's Boy leads them over flight number 5. Out over it, a length and a half in front of Neat Side. Terra Firma Lady up the inner in third. Then Wicked Willie, Dawn Raider and Always Resolute, with All Hail Caesar on their outside. And then Catch Me If You Can and Faint Hope. Over the sixth, Jen's Boy, Neat Side. Terra Firma Lady a close third, Wicked Willie in fourth. And then Dawn Raider taking closer order on the outside of Always Resolute. All Hail Caesar on and off the bridle is next. Jumping flight number 7. And the last two to clear it remain Catch Me If You Can and Faint Hope. All Hail Caesar now getting several reminders from Nathan Moscrop. Well grouped with a circuit to cover in the Ken Bolton Memorial Handicap Hurdle. Jen's Boy yet to be headed, and something's gone amiss with All Hail Caesar, and he's been pulled up on the turn heading out into the country. So pulled up after jumping the 7th flight is All Hail Caesar and immediately dismounted as Jen's Boy leads Neat Side into the back straight. Terra Firma Lady in third, Wicked Willie in fourth, and then Always Resolute, Dawn Raider, Catch Me If You Can and finally Faint Hope. 8 of them remain as they arrive at the 8th. Jen's Boy fired into it, landed a length up on Neat Side with Terra Firma Lady a close third, Wicked Willie head to one side in fourth, Dawn Raider, Always Resolute are the next two, and still in the last pair are Catch Me If You Can and Faint Hope as the field close in on the fourth from home. Flight number 9 upcoming, final flight on the far side. Jen's Boy from Neat Side, as it has been since flagfall. Terra Firma Lady, Wicked Willie, Dawn Raider going up strongly between runners. Always Resolute now pushed along on the inside of Catch Me If You Can, and ridden along in rear is Faint Hope, who's struggling to keep in touch. They're about to turn left-handed once again to come down the hill. Jen's Boy, Neat Side, Wicked Willie into third on the outside of Terra Firma Lady, then follows Dawn Raider, Catch Me If You Can, Always Resolute. He's been driven along, one from the back, Faint Hope clinging on to the leader's coattails in last as they swing for home with half a mile to gallop and 3 to jump. Jen's Boy ridden along in front from Wicked Willie, who now moves up sides. Neat Side between runners will arrive at the third last with every chance. Jen's Boy surrendered the lead 3 out to Wicked Willie. Neat Side giving chase to the new leader. Catch Me If You Can and Terra Firma Lady are closing in. Dawn Raiders found nothing for pressure. Faint Hope is plugging on, best of the last quartet. The front 4 are clear at the second last.
And they're off and racing.
Market
so 6
in
furlong trip,
play.
the free tips daily on attheraces.com handicap underway to a pretty even break as well. Bungled Up in Blue, perhaps the first one to show. The 2 on the outside are Dutch Angel in company with You'll Love Me When I Win. Rani is just off the pace at the moment. Standside Jessie Pye is there together with Silver Reflection. They're being followed by Miss Trixie and Silver Nemo's just been hunted along now. Gracious Girls creeping closer mid-division, and Rani is still going fine in the dark colours at the back of the field. They make their way towards the halfway stage. Jessie Pye, light blue against the near side running rail alongside Bungled Up in Blue. Out slightly wider is Silver Reflection easing into contention. Those on the flank are all ridden along now. Gracious Girl and Dutch Angel, and also You'll Love Me When I Win. Rani is looking for racing room in behind those. So too is Miss Trixie. Under pressure is Silver Nemo. Still looking an open race as they charge down towards the final furlong. Jessie Pye on the rail. Silver Nemo getting going there. Got a lovely run up. Can she get through? There on the outside, Miss Trixie, and also Gracious Girl coming with a really good run too. Miss Trixie got first run at the line. Miss Trixie from Silver Nemo, as game as you like, but not quite enough.
Market in play.
The Lookout Louis began sharply for the Racing TV Profits Return. A racing handicap. Intrinsic Bond is showing good pace with Cottam Lane. Caesar Elzarm on the wide outside. Ready, Freddy, go. Dark blue and yellow jacket is tucking in behind the leaders. They make the run to the end of the back straight. Almost at the end of quarter of a mile. Wentworth Falls is currently second last, and Bossy Pop is the back marker. And on the downhill run, it's Lookout Louis from Intrinsic Bond. Those two are followed by Cottam Lane, Caesar Elzarm, Ready, Freddy, go. Jill Rose, Wentworth Falls, the grey, and then Bossy Pop. 3 furlongs left to run. Lookout Louis and Intrinsic Bond. They are still showing showing the way to Cottam Lane. Isabel's arms a length further back. Jill Rose is trying to get on term. So too Ready Freddy Go is under a ride. Wentworth Falls and Bossy Popper struggling to make headway. They have a furlong and a half left to run. There's been a private duel on so far between Lookout Louis and Intrinsic Bond, and here Intrinsic Bond asserts in the hands of Connor Beasley and goes a few lengths clear. Inside the final furlong, left in second place is Lookout Louis, then Cottam Lane and Jill Rose. Only one winner today. It's Intrinsic Bond. Intrinsic Bond wins.
Market in play.
Handicap chase. Princeton Royale along the inside leads on their way to the first of 15 fences. Neville's Cross out wide of Vinny the Hoddy giving chase. Vinny the Hoddy jumping to the front at the first, heading Princeton Royale. The leading trio are racing 4 lengths clear of Tanapino, YCCS Portacervo and Dr. Sanderson as they arrive at fence number 2. And the last 2 to clear it, some way out of the ground, Cyan Star, who belted the second on the inside of Braylondar. Breasting the rise on the far side, after jumping the second, Princeton Royale is back in front of Vinny the Hoddy. The sheepskin nose-banded Neville's Cross parked wide, a close third, then Tanapino as they jump the third fence. Princeton Royale jumped it 3 clear. And at the other end of the field, Braylondar touchdown last. Neville's Cross moving into second, onto the quarters of the leader, Princeton Royale, as they make the descent. Vinny the Hoddy settles back in third, in front of Dr. Sanderson, moving up around the outside of Tanapino. YCCS Portacervo close up on the inside, and then follows the held-up Cyan Star and finally Braylondar. At the first up the home straight, number 4, Princeton Royale, Neville's Cross with the leader, Tanapino a length back, with Dr. Sanderson racing widest of all close up, Vinny the Hoddy, YCCS Portacervo on the heels of the leading quartet. Over the ditch in the straight, Neville's Cross jumped into the lead there, out-jumped Princeton Royale to take up the running at the 5th fence, and now 2 more plain fences before they embark on a full circuit. So at the 6th, Neville's Cross in the centre, Princeton Royale down along the inside, Tanapino close up, and then Dr. Sanderson from Vinny the Hoddy, YCCS Portacervo, Cyan Star and Braylondar over the 7th. Neville's Cross landed just in front on the outside of Princeton Royale, and then a length to a wave of 4 who hunt up the leading duo, Tanapino, Dr. Sanderson, Vinny the Hoddy, and on the rail is YCCS Portacervo. Cyan Star continues to be held up off the pace, and Braylondar brings up the rear. Heading to the first fence on the final circuit, number 8 upcoming. Princeton Royale through on the inside of Neville's Cross to take up the running once again. Tanapino close up over the 8th, which they've all flown successfully. Braylondar the last to land, a circuit covered. Heading on towards fence number 9, Neville's Cross, Princeton Royale, Tanapino, Vinny the Hoddy, Dr. Sanderson out wide. YCCS Portacervo tracking the leaders as they jump the 9th. Cyan Star would be 6 lengths off the lead, 1 from the back. Braylondar pushed along a further length adrift as they run to the fence after the Woodside and come over fence number 10. Neville's Cross, Princeton Royale, Tanapino a length off them, with Vinny the Hoddy, YCS Portacervo. Dr. Sanderson gets a shake of the reins out wide. Cyan Star still travelling purposefully, but still 1 from last. Braylondar pushed along in rear, running to the last fence in the back straight. Number 11, Neville's Cross, Stan Shepherd in front of Princeton Royale up the inside, and then Tanapino, Vinny the Hoddy, YCS Portacervo. Cyan Star made an error behind Dr. Sanderson. Braylondar continues to struggle at the rear. Neville's Cross has taken a couple of lengths out of them after jumping the last in the back straight on the descent for home. Tanapino out of the pack to give chase, relegating Princeton Royale to 3rd. Vinny the Hoddy round the outside, then CCS Portacervo. Cyan Star trying to make headway. Dr. Sanderson has weakened at the first in the home straight. Neville's Cross taken on by Vinny the Hoddy, YCCS Porticervo up the inside, coming into it strongly. Tanapino being left behind along with Cyan Star, three of them jumping the final open ditch clear of the field. Neville's Cross, who shifted to the right into the path of Vinny the Hoddy. YCCS Porticervo coming there very strongly on the inside as they come to jump the penultimate fence. YCCS Porticervo challenging Neville's Cross. Back in third, Vinny the Hoddy made a mistake, a spent force.
Ultimately, as the gates did fly open, he's at the back with True Belief as they race through the first furlong. Interesting that over on the far side, Moose Me keeps nice and straight alongside Album. They just ease across now. However, others, including Ruby 40, wanted to come towards this rail. Ruby 40 is ahead of Flip Mode and also Golden Age. Held up as per normal is Captain Jameson ahead of True Belief. And Jack Ryan is our back marker. They're making their way to the halfway point of the watch free race replays on attheraces.com handicap. And it's Ruby 40 still narrowly out in front. Behind him, pushed along earnestly, is Golden Age and Captain Jameson on the rail trying to creep closer. Meanwhile, Moose Me is still there, right there as well on the far side with every chance. Chased by Album and also Flip Mode trying to get through runners now is Jack Ryan. True Belief looks well beaten. Golden Age has dropped away. This is Moose Me, who is out in front with the furlong marker ahead of him. Moose Me, nicely clear. He's got a useful break over the field. Captain Jameson on the near side running rail. Album out in the middle of the track. Ruby 40 plugs on with Flip Mode, but that's a decisive win for Moose Me. Moose Me and Sheen Murphy win decisively.
Market suspend. Market in play.
Hill Handicap, Paris Mountain and Munter Dab began well with Fast Medicine between horses in the maroon colours. El Del Bar is just in behind them with Gometra Ginty on the wide outside. Fenon, Magical Effect and Showermek are following. Showermek a little keen there at the back end of the field. Making the approach to the end of the back straight, and it is Paris Mountain and Jason Hart with Munter Dab and Danny Tudhope a close second. Fast Medicine and Cameron Noble just in behind them. Gometra Ginty, Callum Rodriguez is to the outside. Fenon in the blue and white jacket with El Del Bar yellow and black alongside, and a gap of a length and a half to the last pairing of Magical Effect who runs the rail and Showermek to the outside. So heading now down the hill towards the final 3 furlongs, and it is Paris Mountain who leads Munter Dab as they approach the final bend. A gap then of about 2 lengths to Fast Medicine. Gometra Ginty being shaken up. El Del Bar and Fenon are still in midfield as they straighten up for the judge. Quarter of a mile left to go. Paris Mountain to the inside, bidding to make all. Tries to quicken there with Munter Dab. Those two fight out for the lead. They're about 3 lengths in front of Magical Effect, is trying to pass horses. Gometra Ginty, Fast Medicine and El Del Bar. They all follow inside the final furlong. Munter Dab to the outside of Paris Mountain. Munter Dab now trying to assert from Paris Mountain. El Del Bar coming home in a hurry. It's Munter Dab, the top weight in front. Munter Dab wins for a Danny Tudhope double.
And off.
Market in play.
Attheraces.com market movers novices handicap hurdle. They're approaching the first of 10 flights. Midnight Jewel is making the running with Alfoski and Danger Money on the outside close up. Red Caravel taking the inside route is Handy. There was a blunder at the first from Watchman, who may have been rather unsighted, but certainly belted the first hard. Harry Kimber sat tight. Lady in Hiding's out the back. Rickety Gate held up in the last trio. African Sun is just worse than midfield, as is Fox's Socks. Midnight Jewel has gone 3 lengths clear of the chasing group on their way to the second. Danger Money, Alfoski, Al Rams disputing that position in front of Red Caravel. Al Rams was very awkward going over the second flight. Lucy Gardner had to sit tight as Midnight Jewel leads them to the next left-hander as they begin to come down the hill. So Midnight Jewel clear of Al Rams, moving into a definite second from Alfoski, Danger Money. Red Caravel on the rail is next, then African Sun, Fox's Socks, Rickety Gates, Watchman, who recovered from a first flight blunder, and finally Lady in Hiding. Turning into the home straight on the first circuit, approaching flight number 3, Midnight Jewel from Al Rams, about 3 lengths between them. Back in third is Alfoski. Midnight Jewel over it in front. At the other end of the field, Lady in Hiding remains the back marker as they approach the middle flight up the home straight. Midnight Jewel clear of Al Rams, Alfoski, Danger Money, Red Caravel, African Sun, and then follows Fox's Socks. Leader slick over the middle flight in the straight. African Sun not so as they head on to the 5th. Still led by African Jewel, who remains about 2.5 to 3 lengths clear of Al Rams. Alfoski over in 3rd, ahead of Danger Money with the noseband on the outside. Red Caravel gets a shake of the reins up the inner, then African Sun from Fox's Socks, Watchman, Rickety Gate, and still in rear is Lady Hiding. Circuit to cover as they swing left-handed out of the home straight. Midnight Jewel's advantage just a length and a half over Al Rams, with Alfoski and Danger Money in 3rd and 4th. Red Caravel coming under a ride on the inside, getting several strong reminders to improve into 3rd. Fox's Socks is on the heels of the leading group, just behind African Sun, but in advance of Watchman and Rickety Gate. Lady in Hiding yet to move out of last at flight number 6. Midnight Jewel jumping fluently at the head of affairs. Couple of lengths in front of Al Rams, Danger Money. Round the outside of Alfoski, then Red Caravel, who's dropped back into 5th despite several reminders. Fox's Socks is about to go past him. African Sun is being pushed along. Watchman still in rear. Lady in Hiding has relegated Rickety Gate to be last of all as they come to jump flight number 7. 4 out, Midnight Jewel from Al Rams, leader a little untidy. Danger Money, Alfoski and the improving Fox's Socks are 3rd, 4th and 5th, and they've gone clear of Lady in Hiding and Watchman, who've both gone past the fading Red Caravel, and African Sun and Rickety Gate is about to go past him. Turning left-handed to come down the hill on the approach to the home straight. Midnight Jewel's made all to this point, but Al Rams has now moved to within less than a length of the leader. Danger Money, Fox's Socks are 3rd and 4th. Alfoski is now ridden, last of the leading group of 5, who've got a couple of lengths on Lady in Hiding and Watchman. Lady in Hiding is running on well. They've gone clear of Rickety Gate and African Sun, and Red Caravel now bringing up the rear. Midnight Jewel with the advantage going over the 3rd last, but only a length and a half from Al Rams. Fox's Socks has moved into 3rd. Danger Money's 4th, but now losing ground. Lady in Hiding is about to come after them as Alfoski weakens away. Fox's Socks has moved on terms with Midnight Jewel as they reach the 2nd last. Fox's Socks and Midnight Jewel land together. They're 4 lengths clear of the hard-ridden Al Rams, who's plugging on back in 3rd. Fox's Socks appears to have taken Midnight Jewel's measure and has gone clear under Stan Shepherd as they reach the final.
Leaders of Swiss Army Officer, Eastern Racer, and on the outside Turbine, tracked by Koi Big and then Secret Wizard. Camino Mission the outside, and then Morahin, who's followed by Atlas, and dropped in at the back of the field is Fugacious. Nicely spaced out, continuing down the back straight to the 6, and Swiss Army Officer has raced on by a good 3 lengths to Eastern Racer. And then Turbine and Koi Big racing together. Next on the inside is Secret Wizard, who's closely attended, heading down the back straight by Camino Mission. A Swiss Army Officer and Emmett McNamara cut out the running from Eastern Racer and Sean Davison 2nd, and then Koi Big, Oshinor on the inside of Turbine and Daniel King as they come towards the halfway point, and Secret Wizard, Camino Mission. On the move is Fugacious with the final couple, Morahin and Atlas. Straightening up for home with 3 furlongs to go. And then it's Swiss Army Officer in the lead from Eastern Racer, then Koi Big and Turbine. On the outside with the red jacket coming into it is Fugacious as they head for the turn. Just over 2 furlongs to go. Swiss Army Officer in the lead from Eastern Racer, Koi Big, then Turbine. Fugacious has now come under pressure. And then Secret Wizard and Camino Mission as they race to the final furlong. And it's Swiss Army Officer in the lead. Couple of lengths clear from Eastern Racer, Koi Big. Turbine runs on the outside. Inside the final 200 yards, it's Swiss Army Officer from Eastern Racer trying hard. And then Koi Big and Turbine. Swiss Army Officer has beat them all off from Eastern Racer.
Market in play.
In the early stages. Holbash wants the rail, but so too does Fairy Fast. It's a race between the two of them to see who gets it. Meanwhile, up the middle of the track, Catherine Place is showing plenty of dash. Catherine Place is the overall leader here. She's 2 clear to Kodiak Attack over on that far side. Ascot Jungle tracks them. Aventurina's in behind those as well, with Star Chant and Hiba being chased up to try and get into contention. Firenze Rosa off the pace quite badly down the near side running rail. Rivers Lad is tailed off. Kodiak Attack making that ground over on the far side. That's the one extreme right, and Asheen Murphy might be in front here. Kodiak Attack in front from Catherine Place. Star Chant. Then we've got Hiba plugging
Bit sluggishly into stride was Milwaukee Blizzard, and meanwhile showing up to the inside is Entwistle with a cover name between horses, and Malar to the outside, and it's cover name and Malar moving on from Entwistle, and Meraki Stars in the yellow pale jacket. IR's just in behind runners with Rainbow Applause to the wide outside. Milwaukee Blizzard is next. Wrighton's rather green there in the green colours. Disputes last with Willie Dance as they now approach the end of the back straight. So it is cover name and Malar. Those two from Entwistle a close third. Meraki Stars in fourth place. Then IR followed by Rainbow Applause and Milwaukee Blizzard. Break then of about 3 lengths to Wrighton, who's under the pump. So too is Willie Dance as they now make the run down the hill. 3 furlongs left to go, and it is cover name and Sam James with alongside Malar and Graham Lee. Malar and cover name, those two by about 2 lengths then to Entwistle, who's trying to quicken up, looking for a run up the inside the 2 marker. IR is next. Milwaukee Blizzard trying to switch off the running rail in the blue and white stripes. That one being chased by Meraki Star, running down towards the last furlong, and it is cover name. Now cover name seems to have shaken off Malar. Can cover name shake off Entwistle? Well inside the last furlong. Here's Entwistle, throws down a big effort, hits the front from cover name, and Entwistle will hit the line strongly. Entwistle wins. Cover name.
Market in play.
For Division 2 of the visit at the races.com. Market Movers Novices Handicap Hurdle. Coshiston leads Zip Pearl to the first of the 10 flights. Biserta is prominent, so too up the inside. Chat to Charlie. Coshiston shifted quite markedly left-handed at the first. The freely sweating leader as they journey on down the far side. Coshiston on the inside of Zip Pearl. Biserta, Legal Beagle tracking the front pair in front of Chat to Charlie, then Andappa. Major Snugfit held up just worse than midfield on the inside, and the last 3 positions are filled by Lady P, White Walker, who race either side of Lamb's Lane. Coshiston and Zip Pearl together jumping the second flight, the last on the far side, and they're racing a couple of lengths in front of Biserta and Legal Beagle. Chat to Charlie on the inside is next, followed by Major Snugfit and Andappa. And then Lady P on the outside of Lamb's Lane and White Walker bringing up the rear. Turning left-handed, coming down the hill, Coshiston leading Zip Pearl by half a length, with just over a length and a half to Legal Beagle in blue and yellow on the outside of Biserta. Major Snugfit has gone past Chat to Charlie on the approach to the straight. Then it's Andappa and Lamb's Lane, Lady P, and finally White Walker. Coshiston wandering around in front, coming over flight number 3, less than a length in front of Zip Pearl. At the other end of the field, Lady P is having to be shaken up, and White Walker gave the first in the home straight plenty of daylight. Zip Pearl has headed Coshiston as they come to jump the middle flight in the straight. Number 4, Zip Pearl from Coshiston. Legal Beagle, Biserta, Major Snugfit and Dapper between runners. Then Chat to Charlie away to the inside from Lamb's Lane, Lady P and White Walker. Over the 5th, Zip Pearl from Coshiston. Legal Beagle landed 3rd, Biserta up the inside. Between runners is Major Snugfit. Then Andappa, Lamb's Lane. Chat to Charlie losing his place on the inside. Drop back into the last trio. Lady P is 1 from the back, White Walker in rear. Turning out of the home straight, heading towards the end of the first circuit. Zip Pearl leads Coshiston around the turn. Legal Beagle, Major Snugfit, Biserta, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Andappa is next, then Lamb's Lane, followed by Chat to Charlie, White Walker and Lady P, as they head to the first of the 2 on the far side. Number 6 upcoming. 5 from home, Zip Pearl from Coshiston, Legal Beagle, Major Snugfit, Biserta, all close up. Then Andappa, Lamb's Lane making a shade of ground. Chat to Charlie the first to come seriously off the bridle, dropping back last of all as they negotiate the dog leg on their way to the fourth last. Zip Pearl narrowly in front of Coshiston, then Beserter, and Legal Beagle either side of Major Snugfit, and Dapper. White Walker making headway, Lady P on the wide outside, and then Lamb's Lane, and struggling in rear, jumping 4 out, is Chat to Charlie, who's now lost touch. So a long gallop before they leave the ground again. Zip Pearl in the noseband, the white-faced Coshiston up the inside. They've been in the front pair throughout, with Legal Beagle and Major Snugfit tracking the front pair in front of Andappa. Lady P. Beserter's lost a place or two. White Walker continues to close in on the leaders. Lamb's Lane is last of the leading group as they approach the turn into the home straight, though Lamb's Lane is losing touch as they begin the swing for home. So levelling towards 3 from home, Zip Pearl, Major Snugfit, Coshiston, with Andappa being produced on the outside. Lady P, White Walker, Legal Beagle losing ground quickly. Chat to Charlie pulling up at the top of the home straight. The leaders have cleared 3 out. Zip Pearl's been joined by Andappa, and these two now pressing on with White Walker coming after them in third. Lady P and Major Snugfit are fourth and fifth. Coshiston has dropped away along with Beserter, and Andappa is alongside Zip Pearl as they come away from the second last. Back in third, White Walker still keeping on. Lady P at the 1 pace in fourth, and Dapper has got the measure of Zip Pearl.
Play.
The orange colours towards the outside. Reams of Love between the two in the blue and white is Morroweth. Against the rails, that's one of the favourites. That's Natural Colour in the all blue of Godolphin. Tracking this one in the green and red is Liberty Warrior. That's the order as they continue to run down the far side with a mile left to run. And the first of our 8 races here at Great Yarmouth Racecourse. The Quinbet Best Odds Guaranteed Maiden Handicap. And against the rails, Jebel Duckin and Ryan Tate. Up on the outside in the orange colours, Reams of Love, Ben Curtis. The blue and white, Morroweth, Jim Crowley, the birthday boy. It's his 43rd birthday today. Then in the blue colours, Natural Colour. On his outside, as they make the bend, is Missile. And these two leaders have gone about 5 lengths clear as they turn back towards us. Is Monte Carlo Bay. The chasing group just beginning to close a little bit, but they've got a healthy advantage. Jebel Duckin in the lead from Reams of Love in second. Third on the inside is Morroweth. Fourth on the outside is Missile. Tracking these is Natural Colour. Then towards this side is the Thunderer, the green and red. Liberty Warrior being ridden along in the black and white of Monte Carlo Bay. 3.5 furlongs left to run in the first race of the night here at Great Yarmouth. Now they're beginning to close on the leading 2. Red colours, Jebel Durkin. Orange colours, Reams of Love. Blue-white epaulets, Morroweth. Then behind this, the maroon-blue sleeves of Missile. On the wide outside, the Thunderers trying to get into it. Then Natural Colour, who's under pressure and not looking likely to win at this stage. Now then, can they catch Jebel Durkin and Ryan Tate? He's gone 2-3 lengths clear. Furlong and a half left to run. Jebel Duckin still leads. Coming out of the pack is the Thunderer, and he's closing the gap on the stand side. They're at the distance now. Here comes the Thunderer, stand side under Jack Mitchell to challenge Jebel Duckin on the far side. The Thunderer takes it up inside the final furlong. And
Mark.
Jockey's handicap hurdle. 9 flights to jump. Tingo in the tail. Bempton Cliffs up the inside. Decoration of War. My Son John and Throckley all front rank. Brickadank on the heels of them. All safely out over the first. Shannon Hill is currently last. Bempton Cliffs, who's keen, is the leader on the approach to the second. From Tingu in the tail and My Son John, as they reach the second flight, Tingu in the tail really had to reach for it to get to the landing side, lost ground as a result. Bempton Cliffs, the outright leader, as they head on towards the third flight. From My Son John, Tingu in the tail, Brickadank, white sleeve jacket handy, in front of Decoration of War, then Unique Company towards the outside. Throckley is chasing the leaders. Olympic Honor settles in the mid-division in advance of Mileva Roller, Diamond Joel and Narsik as they jump the next, where My Son John came through to head Bempton Cliffs. That was the fourth hurdle. Tingu in the tail made another mistake, gets several reminders. Unique Companies made progress to be prominent, with Brickadank on the inside, Decoration of War, Tingu in the tail, and Narsik is improving. The next trio then, Throckley from Mileva Roller as they swing the corner. Fort Delotion held up in the rear at present, along with Pillar of Steel. Shannon Hill is yet to pass a rival. White Turf is in the final quartet. Olympic Honor just worse than midfield. Bempton Cliffs from Unique Company and My Son John as they approach the first of the two on the far side. Brickadank on the inside of Decoration of War are fourth and fifth. Narsik out wide is next. Then Tingo in the tail, who gets another shake of the reins in front of Throckley, Diamond Joel, and Mileva Roller and Olympic Honor and White Turf and Fort Delotion, Pillar of Steel and Shannon Hill. Unique Company has hit the front after jumping the fifth flight, heading Bempton Cliffs, who's dropped back behind My Son John. Decoration of War and Narsik are close up. Then Throckley and Brickadank as they jump four from home. Tingo in the tail has dropped to the rear. Olympic Honor has dropped back last of all as they make their journey over the rise towards the turn out of the back. Unique Company from My Son John. They're closely followed by Decoration of War, Narsik on the outside, then Brickadank. Pillar of Steel is making good headway on the heels of the leaders. Behind Brickadank, Diamond Joel and Throckley, but in front of White Turf, Shannon Hill. Bempton Cliffs is losing ground quickly. Mileva Roller, Fort Delotion, Olympic Honor at the back of the main body on the approach to the home straight. Tingo in the tail is tailed off and about to be pulled up. Homeward bound, approaching three out. Narsik and Diamond Joel now move on together, with Pillar of Steel coming with a good run on the outside. Narsik led over three out for John Norton's team, but Pillar of Steel is out after him. Throckley, Unique Company, Diamond Joel, the Grey White Turf and Decoration of War are the group that have gone clear. On the approach to two from home, Narsik gives way now to Pillar of Steel, who jumped at a length in front, now two clear. Narsik, Throckley, White Turf, Diamond Joel, Decoration of War behind those. Then the weakening Unique Company. It's Pillar of Steel and Fergus Gregory, with White Turf going off in pursuit, 3 lengths down, jumping the last. Throckley into third. Narsik weakening behind. Decoration of...
A little over 5 furlongs to go in the South Turden Cup rated race over a mile. It's Rebel Tail in the lead from Star Harbour, Coins Cross, San Martino acquiescent in between those two. And Zephron remains at the rear as they reach the halfway stage, heading for the final turn. And it's Rebel Tail, a couple of lengths in front of Star Harbour, and then San Martino and Coins Cross, acquiescent and Zephron. Making their way up the straight, 2.5 furlongs from the finish, it's Rebel Tail from Star Harbour, producing a challenge on the outside, and then San Martino, who's getting reminders. Acquiescent is trying to stay on, then Coins Cross and Zephron. 1.5 furlongs from home, it's Rebel Tail strongly pressed, one from the rail by Star Harbour, then Acquiescent a few lengths behind them in third, then Coins Cross, San Martino and Zephron, and it's Star Harbour and Colin Keane opening up a lead.
That's the finest, missed it by about a length, but all in one in their stride. In the hoop sleeves, early leader is Swayze with the white face. The grey on the far side is Charming Wally. This side in the yellow and green, Bailey's Liberty. Just behind these, we've got Josie's Kid on the far side, Poderosa. Yellow colour, Sassy Rascal. And behind this one, we've got Ideal Guest in the blue cap, and that's the finest, the back marker. Coming now, 3 furlongs left to run in the British Stallion Studs, European Breeders' Fund, Maiden Stakes. The grey, Charming Wally disputes it. The hoop sleeves of Swayze on the extreme right. Poderoso is trying to get into it. There's a gap opening for Josie's Kid, who begins to come forward. Under pressure behind these is Bailey's Liberty. Here they come down inside the final quarter mile. On the far side, Josie's Kid. Stand side, Swayze. Swayze has the lead. Tom Marquand at the moment. Staying on his Sassy Rascal from a long way back. Half a furlong left to run. And it's still Josie's Kid. Kieran O'Neill. Josie's Kid is coming home in front. It's Swayze. He's coming home in front. Swayze
Market suspended.
Last one moves in. Runners set. And off.
Market in play.
One of the first to go on Pachita towards the inside. Harbour Storm broke well, quite wide on the track. Dodgy Bob's in the front rank, and also the grey Must Be an Angel. Then the light blue on the inside of Duke of Prussia, the white and dark blue Stars of Laurentia, and circling runners is Christmas Night, moving into a prominent position in dark blue and yellow out wide. Further back to Trevi Fountain, who's worse than midfield in beige and brown. Then Deftira Lad, the white and black on the inside. My Town Chicago has one behind, and that's the slow starting Musée d'Orsay. But Harbour Storm has made his way to the front as they head down the far side, tracked by Must Be an Angel in the first time cheek pieces. Alongside Must Be an Angel is Christmas Night, and on the inside the maroon sleeves of Pachita. Back in 5th place is the youngster of the party, Duke of Prussia, then a length back to Deftira Lad on the inside of Laurentia's got the black armlets, and then further back to Dodgy Bob, Trevi Fountains niggled, held up towards the back, My Town Chicago alongside Musée d'Orsay, making the swing towards home and pushed along in front. It's Harbour Storm, tracked by Must Be an Angel, who's about to challenge for the lead, and then a length and a half back to Pachita and Duke of Prussia, who's staying on, now going into 3rd off the final bend, and it's Must Be an Angel who comes through to take on the long-time leader Harbour Storm, but Duke of Prussia comes there towards the left, immediately throws down a challenge. Pachita stays on, and then further back to Deftira Lad, who's also keeping on from the back of the field, but Duke of Prussia is quickened away in the closing stages, has put 3 or 4 lengths between himself and
Bem, agora aqui depois das corridas analisadas, isto começou tudo muito bem, mas acabou tudo muito mal. Fiz só 10 euros. Até aqui, até às 5 horas, que foi mais ou menos até aqui. Tinha corrido tudo muito bem, tipo, ligeiramente consistente, poucos heads, boas corridas até, nada de muito grande, de muitos lucros, mas tudo muito tranquilo. Aqui acho que a principal questão aqui que ocorreu foi tipo, eu geralmente faço uma pausa por volta das 4 horas, uma coisa assim, por volta dessa altura, porque geralmente também faço uma pausa e desta vez não fiz. Estava super tranquilo, começou, tudo normal, tudo muito bem, só que aqui tipo, por volta desta altura aqui, comecei a ficar mais distraído, mas continuei na mesma. Até que houve aqui um lay que fiz, que num modo muito alto, salvo seja, eu acabei por foi a 10 ou 8, assim uma coisa, acabei por fazer esse lay e eu, sem olhar para o vídeo, simplesmente, olha, está aqui um bom sítio, bora. E depois quando olho para o vídeo, ele era o segundo cavalo na corrida, e eu desata a despencar, e pronto, tive que assumir o prejuízo, quando achei melhor. E depois disso fez-me levar a ir quase correr atrás do prejuízo, que aí foi a segunda falha grande. Depois tenho outra corrida a prejuízo, aqui consigo ganhar mais qualquer coisa, mas depois nesta corrida aqui, para limpar um red de 3 euros, pumba, arrisquei tudo, perdi 10, acabou por... Porque se tivesse perdido simplesmente os 3, acabava por anular estes 3 e ainda acabava por ficar com 7 euros de ganho, a mais do que o que ia ter, por isso não foi lá a grande opção. E muitas vezes é estes pequenos pormenores de já estás meio tiltado que acabam por levar o dinheiro todo. Acabei por ganhar 10 euros por causa de 2 corridas mal feitas. Isto muitas vezes leva a crer que eu ganho pouco dinheiro por corrida. Pode acontecer, não é? e cometo erros desnecessários, porque há aqui estes 2 erros, são mesmo erros desnecessários mesmo. Mas pronto, fica assim por hoje. Vamos ver se consigo começar a anular estas coisas, porque muitos dos meus erros são emocionais e não é assim tão grande, não são grandes lacunas técnicas, mas mais emocionais. Vamos ver. Fiquem bem e até amanhã.